Bam! Hello and welcome to the Raw Vegan Guru channel, where we are raising our health consciousness one thought at a time, one action at a time, and one meal at a time. Now, I have been doing my tarot cards like I do tools in the toolbox every here and there, and this card was always coming up. So if you can see what that says, trying to get my lighting from God's source in the background. What's this say? I'll read it to you. Nutrition. You conduct healing work with your culinary skills. I would say that's for real. I could not agree more. So I am so happy that you're joining me today for my MAINE blueberry salsa. Now, it is not blueberry season right now as I videotape this. VHS mind. Because the MAINE blueberries are always those smaller, absolutely bombardment of blueberry flavor and antioxidants and vitamins and minerals. It blows my mind. I never experienced anything like it until checking out the scene in Maine. So today I'm going to be using what we call high bush variety. So these are the bigger, plumper guys. I think that they're much more water-based in their flavoring and traits than that real, hey, blueberry flavor. So that's okay, because this is an exceptional recipe and it is one of my favorites, and I usually do wait until each year when I can get those little pucker suckers that I love so much, which is like in end of July ishness, maybe beginning of August. That can vary based on maybe locale and height and lower and middle. So let me go over our ingredients. So I'm going to have my blueberries here. Then we're going to call for, that is 2 pints of blueberry. Now, as most of my recipes that I do in these videos, I always say, play around, go with the organic process. This isn't a cooking show. We're not baking a cake. So if I say, a teaspoon of cumin, and you say, no way, I'm doing a half teaspoon, I'm doing 2 teaspoons, rock on, because it's all about the individualized accent and connection to these living raw food sources. So take in the cosmic light and do it as you wish. That is for sure. So what do we got going on? I'm going to do 3 beautiful tomatoes here. That's going to be part of my salsa aspect to it. Is this guy leaking? Then I have 2 of these small little kind of cutesy baby bell peppers. You could use a whole bell pepper. You could use a half bell pepper. Then I already diced and chopped my raw onion. Red onion, you can use yellow or white. It's up to you. Then I'm going to be adding my little zest of lime. Now, the recipe officially does call for lemon. I've done it both ways, and I just really like the accent of the lime. So do as you wish. Then it's going to be salt and pepper to taste, and it's going to be a little bit of raw chopped garlic. And then we will be adding, I do kind of bigger grabbings on the bunching of cilantro and parsley. And then we're going to bring in our heat. So you can add a little bit of chili powder or some fresh raw peppers. Could be habanero, could be serrano, could be Fresno. And I today have some organic jalapenos myself. They're varying in heat. One has got a little kick and one is a little less. So I brought in a couple of those and I chopped and got them ready here. So that's my cilantro, my parsley, and my pepper. And I think that is everything beside, boom, 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 a little olive oil. Now that really is going to do an exceptional job. I don't always use oils, but I use the raw cold pressed olive oil, all organic, of course. Once in a while, in recipes like this, we're going to call for like 2 tablespoons in its entirety, and it's really nice because it coats the blueberries and all the other ingredients, and it just gives it a really nice balance, and I believe that it helps to preserve it a little bit longer. After I make this, I'll fill my container as so. Have a lot of these glass containers, and it can last about a week. I'm going to say up to, let's push it 7 days. So let's start with chopping and slapping around here. Let's get the technical cameraman on the scene. Thank you, tech department. All right, so I'm going to cut my tomatoes, and when I do that, this is just how I personally do it. I cut off that top right there, and then I just come down every which way. It doesn't matter how thick or how thin. Always make sure you have your sharpened knife, because a dull knife is a dangerous, dull kitchen scene. So as you can see, I'm just chopping around and slopping it through. Nothing too special. Now, I always get all of my juices, my tomato water, because that is going to be nice throughout this recipe as well. As you can see, when I take off that top, I just chop it up real loose too, because I use it all. So I'll show you again. I take off that top, and I just kind of go slop, chop, 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 chop. Nothing too special. We're all about what we're feeling, the organic process. So again, I'm just going to cut this every which way. Make sure that it's not too thick. Then again, it wouldn't be bad if it's too thin. See how I'm just playing around? I'm just chopping. I'm slicing. I've got some water, tomato water coming off of my board. So I'm going to get that right into my bowl. I'm going to dig it. So here, let's do our last. Now, again, I might mix this around and realize I could use more tomato. Or then again, I could say, whoa, did I use too much? But I don't think that's ever the case. I'm a big tomato guy. I love my tomatoes. It is spring 2021, in case this video is found on a space shuttle in 3,000 years. And I just planted my heirloom organic tomatoes in the ground, and they're really taking off and bushing and flourishing. I love my tomatoes. All right, so let's get in our pepper. Now again, this is to your liking. How would you like it cut? I'm going to do this kind of smaller. I'm not going to be a big and chunky bell pepper mini type of guy here, because these are little guys. I'm going to have this just kind of be able to really flow and move within this dish. I don't want it to dominate in its structure and size. So we've got that. That smells beautiful. I love the smell of bell pepper. All right, now I'm going to bring in my jalapeno and my parsley and cilantro. If you want to go into a measurement, it was just about a half cup on the parsley and a half cup diced nicely with that cilantro. All right, so then on my onion, it's calling for like a 1/4 cup in the official recipe. So look at this. I'm just going to do like kind of by eye, maybe a handful. Maybe 2. Oh, 2.5. See what I mean? This is how that's going to happen. So I'm digging it. Now we're going to do our salt and pepper. This is to taste. So I'm going to sprinkle a coating on top here on my black pepper. I'm a big black pepper type of guy. And then I'm going to do my pinching on my salt. 1 fat pinch. Feeling crazy because it's a salsa party. I'm going to do 2 fat pincher grabbers there. So let's get in our 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And this, again, I just love the flavor of olive oil. There is nothing like it. And when I used to do a lot of crazy things in my time, I worked in this restaurant and I loved fresh, hot, out of the oven, baked Italian bread, rustic Italian bread, dipped in fresh, cold pressed, beautiful, from Italy, olive oil. The rest is history. Would I do it again? No. Would I be tempted? Yes. Because that's no joke. I'm not going to act like I can't be tempted by the smell of bread. It's just that I think about what happens after, and that's when I don't do it, because there's only so much peppermint tincture that you can take, you know? All right, so now, as you can see, we've got our bowl here. I've got everything mixed. Let's give a review. We had our blueberries, we have our salt and pepper, we have our parsley, we have our cilantro, we have our garlic, we have our red onion, we have our bell pepper, we have our tomato. So now I'm coming in with my with my lime, and that is doing a little jig because it's shooting every which way. These squeezers are kind of funny because sometimes they go right down and all is good, and other times they'll just like shoot up in your face or shoot up and hit the wall. So there's a lot of citrus stains in my kitchen, I can say. Unlike many other things, it's just really that citrus that goes wacky in this particular type of squeezer. But this is what I really enjoy, because this is pretty quick and easy compared to the handheld twister cup collector. You know, I've done that. That's cool. But I like this rock and roll. So let's do a little bit more lime. What's the official, I'm looking. Oh, this is to taste. So there isn't even anything that they're really saying about it in the recipe. So let's do this. 2 more. Let's hope it gets in here. All right, that looks good. Good. So that was some good lime squeezing. All right. Let me see here. I got some tomato water. All right. Now I'm going to do a little mixing here. Let's see what happens. That's already looking beautiful. And I can see the olive oil and the lime juice really coating everything. Oh my goodness. This is beautiful. You know, and it's such a amazing thing to make. Like, you can make a huge bowl of it for your family picnic, or you know, going to the beach. The kids will love it. They'll be able to get in all of their proper living enzymes and their vitamins and their crazy good clear minds and energy that come from this. This is a beautiful, beautiful dish. I can eat this for a meal, which is what's going to go on here today because I just made a big bowl. So I'm going to keep on stirring this around here. I'm mixing and I'm going. And you can see the amazing, beautiful color there. Let me get that up. Look at the color in that. That is just gorgeous. So let's check out what's going down here. Oh my, you know, it's really unlike anything else. When I first saw this recipe, I'm adding a little bit more sea salt here. I'm going on another 2 pinches. And a little more black pepper. I just want to give it that little oomph. But when I first tried this, it sounded very foreign to me. And it was life-altering. I never thought of blueberries in the same way. So I was greatly affected. Blueberries are not just something we put in our smoothies. They're not just something we eat on their own, as, of course, you know, we all do on the highest levels of frequency here. But when you do your blueberry salsa, that ain't no joke. That ain't no joke, because you're not seeing that anywhere else. So this is in honor of the great state of Maine. Maine is a beautiful, magnificent, magical land. One of the greatest places that I've ever been in my travels and journey. I love the people of Maine. I love the atmosphere, the energy, the foods, the abundance of so much. It is just a beautiful state. And even though there's a tyrannical governor right now, all of that will change because there's a lot of goodness in Maine. All right, so now I'm going to do chips. So here's the thing about this raw guy. I used to do chips, tortilla chips, baked, cooked chips, pita chips, I don't know. But it's all that starchy bread source. So that is very, very difficult to digest, and it's very taxing. It gives you no nutrition, and I'm very conscious and cautious of possibly feeding different microbes, parasites, worms, different elements that can make their way into the human system in so many different aspects. That's why we always have to keep our immune system strong, and we always have to be as conscious and present as we are, do our fasting, our detoxification herbs, because when we bring these starches, of course, these processed starches like the chips, the crackers, the breads, etc., that is going to create an off balance that is also going to skyrocket different levels within yourself, like sugars, not the good sugars, on the breakdown. So I always am figuring out and doing my raw version. So for our chips, I have a zucchini. I love it because I cut it just like a cracker. And then I will be using that for my salsa. So here is our chips and salsa. So how I am going to do this is I'm just going to cut off that top. I'm going to cut off that end. Now, this is going to be to your liking. This is not specific, but I'm going to cut them about yay thick. So what would we say that is? That's maybe 2.5 millimeters. Look at that. I got a chip. Boom. So do it to what suits you, what fits into your mind as a great chip holding. Because remember, we don't want this chip to phlegm. We don't want like we used to do those regular chips in the bag, and sometimes you would pick up the salsa in it, and then it would crack, the chip would break, and all the salsa would fall. So you want this to have enough thickness so that it's going to give you that chip. It's going to give you that raw elevation. So here we are. I have got my chip. Now let's check it out. I'm going to do a little dip in here. There is your blueberry salsa with your raw chip. Let's check the scene. Wow. You guys, this is high level. Now, the whole thing about this recipe is the incredible mixture that you get with your fruit and then your vegetable. Usually, you always want to separate that and eat your fruit. On its own. Because when you eat fruit with vegetables, in order to digest the fruit and the vegetable properly, there can be a fermentation which takes place inside of the digestive tract in the stomach. So you don't always want to make a habit of mixing fruits and vegetables. This is an exception. This is a summer feast, and there is something that is difficult to put into words when it comes to mixing a high vibrational fruit, a sweet, beautiful, delicate fruit with some fresh, vibrant vegetables. And I got to tell you, this is heavenly. This is so awakening. So do your raw chips, do your blueberry MAINE salsa, and really take yourself to a whole different level on the raw journey. And what's the raw journey? The raw journey is self-healing. Self-healing, self-awareness, rejuvenation of the physical vessel and the mind. So listen to your heart. You know what is pure and what is true. There is no division on this planet. There is no hatred. There is no anger. That is all man-made. All there is love, and the love vibration. The only language cosmically is love. So if you landed somewhere on a galaxy far, far, far away, and you tried to talk to somebody and they're like, huh? First of all, mind speak, probably. You'd be communicating telepathically. But if it came down to like, how can I get through? How can I explain? Bam. MAINE blueberry salsa. That's how. So thank you so much for checking out this video, learning about how to make vibrant, exceptional, electric, high potency, raw vegan fare on my channel. I will always do my best to share whatever information I can to help you and to help anybody to change their health consciousness. So please subscribe to my channel. Leave any comments below if you have any questions or if you have any opinions or anything to say. I'm not cutting anybody off. Leave it down below. Check me out on Instagram, Raw Joshua Consultations. I'm on Rumble too, in case things go down here on YT. So subscribe, like, and share. Let's get the word out. We are all connected. We are all one. We are all in the love vibration, and raw living foods show us that. So thank you so much. I appreciate you being with me today. Love ya. Bye.